Hello. So I'm trying a new mic setup, and what I mean by that is I moved my mic around my room, so you might hear me sound a bit different. I don't know if it's going to sound better, clearer, or more quiet. So this is a new setup for me. But we're going to do a Rev Says Desu, as you can see. VTubers want games to be apolitical. I can't read the rest, and Twitter freaks are not happy. Now, I'm doing this because, hey, I want video games to be escapism, and I think a lot of people do, too. We just want entertainment. We don't want to be preached. We don't want any sorts of things. And this goes for, and I know some people might be like, oh, but you're going to like it if it's your side of the, if it's your values being preached. No, I'm not. No, I'm not, because I'm not going to always agree with the same ideas that the game might think I will agree with. And I know other people will dislike it as well. I just want to have fun and have good, interesting stories. If you can, and if it's a game like Minecraft that has already been out for so many years of being apolitical, and now going political, it's like, no. You should go political from day one, and become the next Dustborn, and that stuff. So, that's why we're here. I want to have fun. I think everyone wants to have fun. Let's make games fun again. Let's make games fun again. That's my model right now.
What's up, guys? Rip here. So today we'll be looking at a situation involving Minecraft and a lot of controversy they're currently facing as a result of the reintroduction of a DLC that many people consider propaganda in terms of its content, especially given the fact that the core audience of Minecraft is, of course, children. We're going to look at that sort of situation in the first half of the video. In the second half of the video, we're going to be looking at a particular Phase Connect VTuber who questioned why this sort of thing is even offered as a DLC for Minecraft.
And yeah, it's like your game, especially if your game is for children, it should definitely be apolitical. If you're going to have any type of education for children, it should be like math and reading. Now, I'm not saying that the game should not have maybe some dark subjects about them, but you know, those are more tended to be more for like adult games where bad guy does bad things. Kids games shouldn't be so dark. They should be more happy-go-lucky, colorful, and able to help kids understand problem solving and ways like that. They don't need to have real-life mechanics in them. They just need to allow the kid to have basic understanding of stuff. Like how this Minecraft has a crafting system. I think that is a wonderful thing to teach kids. It gives them a puzzle to figure out.
And of course, people are absolutely freaking out. They're very outraged by what she said. They're virtue signaling. They're trying to get her in trouble with the agencies she works with. The same sort of stuff we've been seeing over the past couple of days, weeks, and really years, if we're being honest. But how did this start? Well, Minecraft on their official Twitter account posted this saying, "Want to change the world in real life? Start in Minecraft. In the free Good Trouble DLC, explore global civil rights movements, meet changemakers, and learn how to stand up, speak out, and build a better world." Okay, so this is not something new. This was introduced.
Yeah, I forgot this DLC was a thing, but it was removed probably for good reason. People hated it, and now it's coming back.
Introduced about 4 years ago, but there is a heavy emphasis that wants this to be a learning tool for kids, and you can see the sort of language they're bringing into this. Kids as young as 8 years old, by the way. Activism, protest, catalyst, civic duty, non-violence, and social justice.
There's the big key word, social justice. That is red flags instantly. Whoever is bringing this DLC really should get fired and removed from the gaming industry, they should be blacklisted. Go make some fries. Put the fries in the bag.
Now, this isn't just something you choose to use or not. This has been a part of public curriculum in many schools. Many public schools have partnered with Minecraft to get this DLC and introduce it as a part of their learning materials. So no, it's not as simple as, oh, if you don't like this, don't download it. It's actually been used in public schools across the country.
Brainwashing. Very nice. We need to defund public schools. I am not in the, I am in the camp that teachers are not heroes. They are monsters. And you can tell that because, children growing, high schoolers cannot read. Right now, our high schoolers cannot read. They lack the comprehension of reading. They cannot write. They cannot do math. Schools have failed. They failed a long time ago, but they've just been a cancer that's been growing and growing and growing. So, defund public schools.
Now, in terms of the actual content itself, we have someone here who actually played it to see what the message is really about. So this post says, so I played this on stream today, and it's just genuine propaganda that starts off in a modern day where mixed-race protesters are clashing with all-white cops. Every segment of the game is encouraging the player to continue causing good trouble. It's not educational in the slightest. It's using past civil rights movements to justify modern protests. Every lesson at the end is more encouragement to protest in the modern day for rights, which the game never states what exactly these rights are.
And the problem is most people don't understand the difference between a right, a need, a want, a creed, you know, stuff like that. There's like 6 aspects of a human. Duty, that's another one. This was a list I created, the 6 aspects of humans. And I forget what they are because I haven't used it in a while, but now people keep going on about rights. It's like, no, it's not a right. You're talking about either a duty, you're talking about a need, you're talking about a want, you're talking about something, you know, it's not a right. In fact, oftentimes they don't even understand what a right is.
So here's a screenshot.
No, I have to wonder, if you cause trouble, can you throw Molotov cocktails at, you know, the protesters? I think that would be kind of funny. It's like, oh, well, what's supposed to cause trouble? Here, Martin Luther King, have a Molotov cocktail.
Saying, however, there's still more work to be done. John Lewis, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks, the good trouble they made has paved the way. But now it is up to us to continue their work, to honor their sacrifices, to make our own good trouble.
Oh, I guess it's
now, of
not.
course, I think people can understand why this, being an option as a DLC for Minecraft and even being introduced into public schools with this sort of a message for kids as young as 8 years old, that's a bit weird, right? Like,
Yep.
It doesn't seem to be focusing a lot on the history. It seems to be focusing more on protesting in a modern context under some sort of a, you know, agenda that's not even really clear to anyone. Not only kids, but anyone looking at this. It seems like it's very open-ended. And of course, people are pretty upset saying, so you think protesting for civil rights is bad? No, as the original poster points out, the message isn't about civil rights. It's clearly a message to go protest in a vague idea of rights. They don't delve into the lives of these figures. They simply talk about the protests. Now, the Minecraft official post was getting absolutely bodied, and as you can see, they eventually locked the replies. So let's read some of the replies.
Of course, they've locked the replies. The guy who doesn't do any real journalism and he'll just run with anything he gets his hands on. Smash JT. who has had many scandals, including multiple threats of lawsuits and cease and desist if he doesn't shut the fuck up. I don't know why people are liking him. I used to like him, but then he started this, like, hey, I got this anonymous tip. I'm not going to do any background search on it. I'm not going to do it. It looks clean to me. I'm just going to run with it. And then, you know, he's got companies slapping him with cease and desist, or we will sue your ass. And then he goes onto onto his channel, goes like, wow, I was tricked. How fucking dare you? That's like, dude, do your journalism due diligence, or you're just as bad as fake news. I am not a journalist. I just do stories. It's like, oh, okay. Very good, Armstrong, and you made the fuck up. Sources, you made it up. I'm not a fan of him. He's lost all respect from me. It was like, doing it once, okay, fine. Everyone makes mistakes. Twice, 3 times and more. Now I'm spotting a pattern, and he has had 3 major ones and like a dozen smaller ones. So yeah, I have a hard time liking him.
Flies that got in there before they were no longer allowed. Smash JT saying, you're a cult trying to get kids to indoctrinate them with left-wing ideologies to further your own political agenda. Modern political propaganda using a Tim Waltz quote for a kid's video game. You're disgusting. Taking civil rights leaders and letting people virtually walk with cartoon versions of them is so gross and disgusting, and a lot of other things. None of them are good. This is why you're losing to Hightail. Get this political propaganda out of Minecraft. Why did you not do this for Gaza? Are you kidding me? This game is geared towards kids. Keep the propaganda out of it.
I heard
now, another person to
good.
comment on this is Jelly from Phase Connect, the VTubing agency. And she originally said, I was advised by my lawyers to not comment. And, well, that didn't last very long. She disregarded the comments of her lawyer and left this post that would go viral. You can see 3 million views on it. Screw it, man. I think pushing politics into my children's sandbox game is disgusting, especially when it's disguised as education. Let me play my stupid block game without having to engage or associate with any of your stupid political garbage that I literally do not care about. I am just so tired of seeing it. Why does it even matter to push real-world matters into my block game that I play to escape from the real world?
I like how someone tried to
and if I buy and play
her.
the game, can it be seen as taking a side because their dumb, stupid post blew up stupid people in power moments? And you can see from the replies, a lot of people agreed with this, saying, I do enjoy the fact that this game, this is a game with a worldwide market, and they are pushing U.S. historical events to everyone. Pretty egocentric to do this.
Yep.
Based. This is in no way an unreasonable demand. Politics have no place in Minecraft.
Yep.
They've been doing it for years since Notch left. I remember modding out the splash text years ago, especially because it's America-centric politics. Why should I care about what happens on the other continent? Why add it to an international Swedish sandbox game? And that's a good point. Yes, there were some global figures, but it was very American-centrist or centered. So yeah, it is a little odd for people who are not from the US to get flack for not wanting to see this in Minecraft whatsoever. But of course, the quotes were not as in agreement with this sort of sentiment of keeping this stuff open.
Why are you booing me? I'm right. That's the usual suspects are mad at Jelly in the quote tweets.
Away from a sandbox type game like this. Let's see some examples. People saying you don't want to take a side on the civil rights movement. Yeah, this is an amazing straw man. This is not what she said at all, actually. You're completely twisting her words because you want to make it about that.
Yeah, no, she never said anything about the civil rights movement. And in fact, like I've said earlier, people don't understand what a right is nowadays because they're dumb. And this is why people want games to be apolitical now, because we're tired of all the preaching. We're tired of it. We just want to have fun. Make games fun again.
When she was saying it's about keeping this sort of political stuff out of a game where it doesn't really seem appropriate in the first place, right? To a lot of people. Here's another one saying human rights aren't politics. You can get all this, you can all get this human left hook, bro. So the master of empathy here is saying if you don't like having this sort of a DLC included in a franchise like Minecraft, I'm going to hit you in real life.
Yep. It's amazing how you know, when it comes to stuff like this, it's like, I just want to have fun. You cannot have fun. I will punch you. I will kill you. I will rape your dog. It's like, wow. Wow, what a psycho, please. As Leaf's video, put them in the box. We gotta bring back the insane asylums and start putting these people in boxes. I am sorry.
Yes, unfortunately for this individual, maybe they should play the
And here's the thing, it's like, yeah. One group is like, I will kill you if you disagree with me. The other group is like, you're crazy, please get mental help. That shows a big difference between characteristics. Both sides could be like, I hate you, I want to kill you. But one side is showing compassion and sympathy. I wouldn't say empathy, because, you know, we don't know what it's like to be in that levels of crazy. But sympathy for this person, will having compassion and being like, don't do violence. Get help. Stop it. Get some help, as Michael Jordan said.
DLC, because it talks about non-violence, so they failed the DLC in their attempt to get angry about Jelly here. But here's another one saying, just put on the effing clan robe already. Before we read the rest of this, like, why do you want this? It seems like you want these people, your enemies, your ideological opponents, to do these sorts of insane things. Like, no, that's not going to happen, and it seems very odd that you are encouraging it. But they continue on saying, you don't care about politics, you're just a white supremacist. Well, unfortunately, we'll get into this a little more. Jelly here, the focus of this attack, is not white. So that's a pretty interesting claim. But also looking at this person's account, I got to share this with you guys. Let me read this bio. Marxist, Leninist, Maoist, anti-theist, anti-Zionist, history student, proletarian feminist, lesbian trans woman. I mean, they literally got the world buffs of a bio right there. I mean, they got everything. It's actually kind of impressive.
So that's a joke with a lot of groups. It's like, oh, you can't criticize them because they are XYZ minority community. It's like, fuck off. You're a bigot, and you know you are.
So they really fortified the account.
I love all the World of Warcraft buffs on this character. Oh, that's funny.
Yes, they could. But let's continue on, okay? More people complaining about the implied race of this individual. This post says, white people want to escape from just even the smallest talk of racism because it makes them uncomfortable and reminds them of all the stuff their ancestors did. Now, please inform us what the...
You mean stopping slavery in the Western world? Because I guarantee you slavery is still a thing in this world. In fact, it's only in the Western world that it's not a thing. You know, you go into any place other than the Western world, then yes, there's slavery all around. From grape slaves to Epstein Island slaves and... yeah. And regular slaves, you know, the meal slaves, you know, it's all sorts of things. That's like Western world. as this person's like, the white people, it's like, you know, white people are the only ones that don't do slavery nowadays.
Ancestors of Jelly did. People who are not white, and Jelly does not live in America. So please, like, enlighten us. Before you made this this scathing post with so many assumptions, wouldn't you want to know, like, the basic sort of foundation of the person you're lecturing here? I don't know. Here's another very peaceful and kind message. I'm not going to play the whole clip here, but we have some commie propaganda here saying, I'm going to use the red guards to end all white people. I mean, not only are you, like, extremely violent for no
terrible
reason over someone not wanting a certain aspect included in Minecraft, also you're wrong. This is not even a white person, so you're wrong and crazy on multiple levels. Here's people complaining about Phase Connect. If you're not familiar with Phase Connect, they get a lot of complaints from many unhinged people on the internet, and we'll see some examples in just a second. But you can see here, Phase Connect not beating the allegations, whatever that means. Well, here's one allegation that's included. This person quoted Jelly saying, "This is also the same VTuber that did literal blackface on stream a couple of weeks ago."
That's a Jelly
Now, of
black.
course, you can pretty much look at this image and say, yeah, that doesn't look like they're actually doing anything that's being described here. It just looks like some sort of a shading issue or whatever. But they would get noted. They would get hit with notes saying the screenshot was taken while this VTuber was adjusting the layers on her model in VTube Studio, which is, for example, the program that I'm using to record right now. And
it's a pain
has
in
all
the
kinds of
ass.
settings you can play around with to add in shading and layers and what have you. But it says certain parts of the art mesh is selected, like her mouth, were highlighted. The rest of the parts were darkened, making an unintentional yet unfortunate look on stream. And here's some more examples of that same, like, series of events. Like, does this really look like someone intentionally doing what they're being accused of here? Absolutely not. It's a huge stretch of logic here. And then you just look at the accounts saying this stuff. Leader of the APCM, the Anti-Phase Connect movement. They've been doing this for 10 years.
A bow?
Their sort of mission here. However many of those years included Phase, I'm not sure, but it's clearly been a lot of it.
Shit. That's not bow. That's is that Bay the rat? I don't even think Bay's political. I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure she's not, because she's Hololive. And I think they stay pretty much very apolitical. Oh, it's, how do you say your name? Hang on. Oh, Bells? Oh, it's Bells. Oh, okay, she does go by Bay. Okay. Alright. I don't watch a lot of VTubers, I just don't have the time for it.
And you got Hammer and Sickles. I mean, what are we doing here, ladies and gentlemen? And for a time being, their pinned tweet was getting blocked by Tenma, another member of FaZe. Like, this is crazy. Absolutely crazy behavior. Here's another one saying, if FaZe Connect and all of its talents disappeared off the face of the earth, the world would be a better place. What do you mean by that? What do you mean disappeared? How are they going to disappear? What do you mean? Like, dude, say it with your chest, okay? We.
Yeah. This is a fail of, if they were to Minecraft themselves, or if someone was to end them in Minecraft, the world would be a better place. You know, I hate how people do this when they are, oh, I'm not directly calling for death threats. It's like, yes, you are. This I hate this weasel talk people do of like that stuff. It's like, at least when Peppa got frustrated, she's like, I'll shoot up a Walmart. It was funny and it was based. She wasn't hiding that she wants to shoot something.
No, what you're trying to imply here, you're just kind of afraid of saying it.
But I don't think
yeah,
she even meant it as a threat. It was just like, I'm angry as all fucking hell, but it was just funny as all hell. Oh, shoot up a Walmart!
Really seemed like, again, a very fair reaction. You could easily just avoid all these FaZe Connect members if you wanted to. I don't think they want to because they like to complain about them. But anyways, move on to...
It is weird people will hate watch. Like, that one person that was hating on Asmongold and a lot of VTubers that like him. Where it's like, he just hated on everyone that was... not... I wouldn't even say right, because Asmon's not even right. He's left. But, you know, anyone that was not along with his thinking, he was just hating. And then when you looked up his account, he was also posting porn. So he got the term hating and gooning and hating. But I don't get why people do this. It's like, if there's a content creator I don't like, I don't watch their content. Simple, easy, boom, done. No hassle whatsoever. But these people, they can't seem to do that. I don't get it.
Another one. FaZe Connects needs to end, man. Nobody's going to take these accounts seriously when you have a hammer and sickle in your bio. Absolutely not. That's what needs to end here. Okay? Normalizing putting this symbol, this hammer and sickle, into your bio. That is insane. Absolutely crazy. And then we're seeing the usual stuff. I've been talking about, you guys know my whole thing with Advance and everything going on. We're now in the phase of I can't defeat what you're saying. I can't counter what you're saying, but I don't like it. And now I'm going to take it out on you, on your livelihood or your sponsors or whatever. And this person...
If they can't beat you, they're just going to sabotage you. It's like, why can't we go back to discourse? Why can't we talk? Why does everything have to be... I need to Minecraft you. I need to Minecraft your job. I need to, you know, all sorts of stuff. But, yeah, let's continue on.
Hey, at FaZe Connect, is this one of your talents complaining about a completely optional DLC about civil rights? You know, the thing that was about giving people equal rights? Yeah, so they're clearly trying to get her in trouble with her agency. I regret to inform this individual this is not going to work. But again, we're seeing these sorts of tactics. It's like 2020 all over again with this stuff. People are really trying to do these sorts of tactics when they just can't defeat what people are saying or are just so mad about it. They have to go to the next level. But then you see like one of the supporters of this sort of tactic down here in the replies.
Ugly person.
Death to VTubing, death to bigotry, saying it's a Nazi agency run by a far-right con man. It's not that they don't care, it's that they actively support this behavior. You can't appeal to the humanity of people who don't have any.
No, this person clearly does not have humanity. Put that one in the box. Put them in the box.
Let's rewind. Why are we here? Because she doesn't want politics in Minecraft?
Yep.
That's what led to this sort of a reaction. And also, like, these are the people who are going to try to play the moral high ground here, completely unhinged. No. You don't listen to these people. Completely ridiculous. And also some people are getting outed as some funny individuals. This person replying to the main post saying, FaZe Connect livers. Try not to be horrible people challenge. You can see in quotes, livers, which is more of a term you hear from like Niji Sanji, right? Like this shows this person is not familiar with FaZe Connect. whatsoever. But here's one last quote to end this video on. This person says, "It's sad this tweet has over 17,000 likes. If it's an optional experience, then why do you care? You don't have to download it. I'm so tired, man." Yeah, well, here's the thing. You can't do an appeal to triviality like this. Oh, who cares? Why do you care? Oh, who cares? Yeah, no, clearly.
Because it was made in the first place. That's why we care. Things like this should never have been made. That's why we care. We care because something rotten was made.
You care. And also, Minecraft cared enough to not only include this as a DLC, they're literally working with schools to bring this to kids at public schools who aren't, they're not like going home and saying, "Hey, mom and dad, can I have this DLC? Can I download this?" No, it's a part of the curriculum. So yeah, I think people do care. You can disagree with that, but don't act like this is not significant in any sort of a way, because look at the reaction from both sides. Really everyone included in the situation. People are reacting one way or another. Clearly, it is something worth caring about one way or another. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, Minecraft doing the most to really save face these days, because I'm sure we're going to talk about more involving some Microsoft-related issues that have been going on in their gaming department. It's been an absolute mess over there at Microsoft, so that's something perhaps to save for another day. But for now, that's going to do it for today's video. As always, feel free.
I am sorry this got a little too political. I thought this was going to be more down the lines of people just being like, "Hey, we're going to get crazy." There's going to be some crazies on the internet, but, you know, we need to not be crazy. But, yes, I'm sorry. I thought this was going to be more streamlined of, like, let's just make things happy. And let's make games fun again. Alright, I'll see you guys with the next video. Like I said, I'm going to do 2 rev videos. Hoping my sound is good. Testing out a new mic position. Tell me what you think down below. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.